Of course, you listen to your fellow panelist, Fatima. You can see the reasons why she's very delighted, overwhelmed, for her country to have been, picked for the honor. What about you? Do you have the same reaction, or did you somehow think that perhaps the honor should in fact have gone to Zambia, given the manner in which former Zambian President Rupiah Banda conceded defeat with grace?
Thank you very much for that, Shaka. First of all, I should precede this with a little disclaimer that these are my personal views and they shouldn't be attributed to any institution to which I'm affiliated. Certainly, Zambia has done exceedingly well. It's a model of democracy on the continent. In 1991, President Kaunda handed over power to President Chiluba. When he lost, he conceded defeat. Within 24 hours, he made a public statement that he had lost. This year, we've seen the same thing happen again. MMD, Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, lost elections to Patriotic Front, and within 24 hours, President Banda conceded defeat and handed over presidency to President Michael Sata. It's unprecedented. I speak not only because I'm a Zambian. I know that the government has honored me as honorary ambassador for tourism, but I'm not marketing Zambia. But this is an excellent achievement, and the history of Zambia in terms of contribution goes way back. You were talking about the Ibrahim Award, but this started about 2006. Correct. If we look back in history, I think Kenneth Mwenda and the Zambian people made significant contributions to the liberation of Southern Africa. ANC was housed in Zambia. No question about SWAPO it. Namibia was housed in Zambia. There was support to Frelimo. So it's remarkable, and but somehow he never even got a Nobel Prize. I don't know what happened. I see what you mean. What about the issue of your constitution, especially regarding transition? Right. It's very ironic that you have a constitution, frankly, that doesn't even leave the margin of error for making a transition from one administration to the other. Right. Is it possible that the people who occupied office at the time perhaps never expected to lose? Actually, we've gone through a number of constitutional reviews. Right now, there could be a continuation of constitutional reviews that were undertaken by MMD. It's not the best of constitutions, but it's quite a feasible constitution. And I think one thing that has really been common in many African countries is this concept of constitutional autonomy, to have a homegrown constitution. And we are trying to do a lot of this in Zambia. We had a constitutional team which was set up. There were criticisms, of course, about how it was working. So we are yet to see how the new government will handle this. But I'm very confident that President Sata, with his leadership, his able leadership, there should be no problems whatsoever. Kenneth, talk to us about how you sincerely feel that this Mo Ibrahim Award is really significant, especially in terms of promoting good governance on the continent, when you do have, in fact, some presidents on the continent who say, you know what, it really doesn't mean anything, because if I really want money and I'm a president of a sovereign state, I can make as much money as I want. I'm not a poor person. Yeah. I think, as Mo Ibrahim just pointed out a few minutes ago, this is pretty important in terms of building role modeling through leadership. For a long time, I think, if you look at the generation of the independence leaders that we had, they were remarkable. We've failed to sort of replicate that model, the Kwame Nkrumah. Especially the founding fathers. Exactly. Right. They were remarkable. They were not into it for their personal gain. Right. So we've lost that generation of leadership. We need to provide incentives, not only in terms of monetary incentives, but recognition. Motivation is not only by financial means. If you ask psychologists, they will tell you can be motivated by honor and things like. So I think Mo Ibrahim is doing a remarkable fundamental job, and he should be commended and supported. And it's a pity that if there are cynics out there or critics, there will always be critics. But this is a remarkable thing that Dr. Ibrahim is doing, and he should be commended for that.